Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things? Everything is okay? No, I don't know what that was or why I did that, but let's do that. How was your weekend? Did you do anything exciting? I had a really good weekend. I got to spend time with family. Got to do a little like last minute gift buying, like antiquing kind of stuff. And I got to spend a lot of time down here. Um, I talked about the wall, and somebody mentioned I should show you the wall so we can kind of maybe figure something out. We'll do that in a second. But before I could even start over there, I wanted to work on the bulkhead. I needed to rip down the 2x4s I bought, and that required M's assistance because I don't have an outfeed table. I mean, I have a little one that's like this deep, but for an 8-foot 2x4, it was just kind of gone off into the end of the garage. So I needed to clear out that area because that, I mean, you can tell. I don't, not necessarily an organized person. So that end of the garage was just full of junk. And I cleaned it out and got it ready for her so that she can come down here and help me rip these 2x4s. And I had an issue actually doing that. The couple of those 2x4s had a lot of tension in them. And I was using this thin kerf blade that Jonathan sent me a couple years ago. I absolutely love these blades, but the kerf is too thin for my riving knife. So I haven't been able to use my riving knife since I switched to a thin kerf. And the 2x4s were really grabbing, and it was getting a little bit sketchy. So I switched over to the original contractor blade that came with that saw. It was a full kerf blade. And put the riving knife in, and we didn't have any more issues. I did have one pop on me. It was really crazy. Like the last probably 3 or 4 inches when I got to that point went bang, like loud. It moved my fence. The board had like a 6-inch bow in it. I mean, it was wild. That freaked both of us out a little bit. But I think I really like this blade, but I think I'm going to buy the full kerf version of this. Buy the full kerf crosscut combination, and then a full kerf ripping blade, so I can just keep the riving knife in the saw. With pine, I probably could have got away with the riving knife because it'll move out of the way, but when I'm doing hardwoods with this and the riving knife, I just can't get past that riving knife. So I got all the 2x4s ripped and I went over there. So I'll show you the wall that I'm working on right now. There's 3 ducts, and the hard part is one of those ducts comes out and goes above the door. So when I build the bulkhead in there, it's going to come down to the door level. And it's going to be really kind of a strange entrance. But the door that you're seeing there, what's framed out is probably 3 inches taller than a standard door. So I've got some room to wiggle there. I made the bulkheads 12 inches by 12 inches, and that should cover up and hide that area nicely. And it might give us, we might actually cut some cubbies into the bulkhead and maybe put some doors up there or something later on. We're not going to do that for right now. We just want to get it done. But that's the wall that I'm working on. And, for me, for right now, it's just going to go from one end of the wall to the other end of the wall with a full bulkhead. And that'll be it. And I think that'll work fine. The problem, the thing that my friend pointed out last week that I want to figure out what to do with is the gas work on the other side. So in the corner of the outside wall is where my gas main comes in, and it runs up and goes across this room. Now that gas main sticks out about 1.5 inches from the studding. So my friend said you could cut that pipe and rethread it and push that back in, and maybe somebody could do that. I'm not going to do that. For one, I don't have a tapered thread, or I don't do gas work. I have, I can screw black iron pipe together, but that's not what this is, right? And so that goes, and the problem with that is it comes across that outside wall and then makes a 90-degree turn. And that 90-degree turn in that flexible pipe is not very 90 degrees. So it's kind of it just doesn't work. And this section that's sticking out is, I'm either going to have to build some sort of little bulkhead to hide that, or just deal with the fact that it's sticking out. I don't know what to do. He suggested that can be cut and a metal 90 could be put there. That might be possible. I just don't even know who to call. In fact, I talked to both my dad and M's dad. I'm like, who do I call for that? Like, Is that a plumber? Is that who does gas line stuff? Is there a gas guy? Do I call an HVAC guy? Like, I don't even know who to call to get over here. And it's one of those situations where it's a couple $100 worth of work. Finding a gas guy right now, I don't even know how to go about doing that. That would actually come out and say, sure, I'll do this couple hours worth of work for you. Usually those guys want to work on new construction or whatever, where they can get, they can bill thousands of dollars. And I'm asking for $500 worth of work or whatever. I don't know what it's going to cost. But those are the two parts I don't know what to do. I know theoretically what to do. Like, this whole project is I don't know what to do. And I told him that because it's taking forever, because I've never done anything like this. This is one of those. She said, can you finish the basement? And my answer was yes, I can do that. And I know that I can do it. But it's at a scale that I haven't done before. And while I have done each individual part, I know how to cut wood and measure and make something, frame something up. Never built a bulkhead. I know how to hang drywall. I've never really done full room refinishing. I've never textured drywall and painted it. I've never done any of that. I don't have any, understand the concepts of how to fix the plumbing or the gas plumbing, but I don't know how. I've not done that. I've not messed with that flexible stuff. I've only ever screwed black iron pipe together. I know how to do wiring, but I didn't know how to mount wiring. I didn't know how to get boxes to fit those metal studs. I've never put can lights in. That's not true. I have put can lights in. So it's like, yes, I can do it. I would challenge you to find something that I would need done to my house that I cannot do. I don't think there is anything. I will not hang a garage door. That's a job I will pay somebody to do because it's a pain in the ass to get it set up correctly. That I won't do, but that's just me saying no. Not that I can't. But it's a set of skills I have. I know how to do it. I know the technicalities of how to do all of it. It's just doing it, right? It's a big undertaking, and it's kind of a little bit overwhelming, and it gets to me sometimes. So it's taken forever because I've had to piece together, the increments of knowledge that I have and fill those in with things I didn't know to figure out how to do it. But we're getting there. The bulkhead is basically constructed. It just needs hung, squared up, screwed into the studs or the floor joists and the stud wall. And then once I get that done, I need to rip. I have a half-inch sheet of moisture-resistant plywood. I need to rip into strips and put along the base of the wall, so that it keeps the drywall up off the concrete, and then I'll put baseboards down to cover all of that once the flooring's down. Once that strip is in, once the bulkhead is attached, and I figure out what to do with that plumbing, or the gas plumbing, I'm ready to hang drywall. And then it's a matter of just finishing the room and making it look nice. So it's close. It's really close. But by close, I mean the number of projects left to do are reduced. It's still probably a long way away because it's going to take, hanging drywall by myself is not something I'm going to be able to do. Mudding it and taping it, it's hours and hours of labor, so we're still many weekends away, right? But we're getting there. So there you go. There's the walls. If you have any suggestions about how to tackle the gas plumbing issue, or maybe you saw something wrong in the way I built my bulkhead, let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is envious. It's an adjective meaning unwalked and thus pristine. The Wallenstone's new compound contains many envious tracks perfect for hiking or fox hunting. Envious. I-N-V-I-O-U-S. That one really, I saw it on Friday and I was like, wait, there's an envious with an I? I have never heard it and I really like that.